Alright guys, today's going to be a very different day. It's going to be a day that I've never going to experience a day quite like this before. We're going to go work ground, and it is February 25th, and we're going to be working ground this afternoon. So that's the plan anyway. But first we gotta do a little bit of maintenance to stuff. So first, what we're gonna do is, Dad's gonna run to town. We gotta get oil filters for the Magnum. That needs an oil change by now. There's also a low tire on the 330, so I'm gonna check that, make sure it's not at 0 psi, and then see if it's okay to drive it around, unfold it in the shop. Look that over. Grease it, change the oil and oil filters in the tractor, and then once this thing's all done, we're gonna unhook the box blade off the 2294, maybe put the duals on that so we can hook the planter up to it. And so it's gonna be a busy day. 12.2 psi in that tire. I've never seen this tractor start like that before. I got it all on video too. Now we gotta get this tractor out of the way so we can put the 330 shop here. She don't like the cold. She don't like the cold very much. She's not shifting very good here, but it's okay though. Well, Dad's heading over to go get filters for the Magnum for the oil change. And since we're gonna be unfolding the VT in here, yeah, I don't think that thing's gonna fit in here unfolded the way that it is. So now we got to do the whole cleanup game. So I got to get all this old Barnwood, probably back where all the other old scrap wood is. I gotta move it all here. They really like the broom, if you haven't figured that out already. You're gonna need a new broom at this right here pretty quickly. Well, so far we got the shop at least cleaned up. We haven't got it swept, but you already saw why we're not probably gonna sweep it. But everything's just been moved and pushed over that way, organized in this section, and made a little row over here, so it should be okay, right? You know, the sad part about all of this is this thing I parked this thing in November and it has not moved one time. Haven't started it, haven't moved it, obviously haven't unhooked it. So that's kind of the sad part about it here, but she didn't like it very much because the battery was pretty low, but it did pretty good. Now hopefully that flat tire on the 330 don't jump off the bead. It shouldn't, since it's not at 0 psi, but hopefully I don't hit. Okay, Maggie, jeepers. She ran right up under the back tire. It's like it never left this tractor. Look at that thing smoking white. This thing has not ran in a while, so I'll give it some grace here. And also, since we got to change the oil on this, when you change the oil in a tractor that's not running when it's cold, the oil is really, really thick. It's way denser because it's just so much colder. And then, so that's why you see a lot of farmers when they just let the tractor run for a while, get it up to like working temperature, because they're trying to get the oil to warm up, because the warmer it gets, the less dense it is. So that's why you see farmers that have their tractor running for half an hour, just to try to get the oil warm enough so then they can change it and it's not like thicker than molasses. You want it to be as watery as you can get it. Unfolding. Only at 122 degrees, so we'll let it sit for a little bit longer here. This cylinder isn't as fully extended out as it can be, and so that's why it's kind of sitting uneven right now. So hang on, let me just show you. And then that wing levels out like that. Okay, there we go. She's only at 127. I mean, it's barely in the green. I'll let it sit for maybe a little bit longer here, and then we'll catch back up with you guys here later. All right, she's at 152, and I think that's probably warm enough, so we'll go ahead and shut her down. Check all the tire pressures, and probably end up having to refill most of them. So well, update on this, on the VT here. All the tires have been checked and all the grease zerks have been greased, except he couldn't quite get to one with the big electric greaser, because it's got a locking loop thing. So you stick it onto a grease zerk and then it should stay there, which it works pretty good. But then when you get in those tight areas, it just doesn't, it's too long, and sometimes it doesn't lock very good. So this thing should be all good, right?
I think it is. I think it's ready to go.
Flip that tractor around so we can drain the oil. So now we're gonna try to find the hours here, our service hours. So we know how many hours you put on this thing, so we know really when to change the oil. So here's the service page. So a couple of these are dismissed. So every 300 hours, or it's either 300 or 400 hours, is when we're supposed to change the oil. We're only at 142 out of either 300 or 400. We'll go ahead, fold it up, hold around, and then start changing the oil, and then we'll see how we're doing on time. If we're all done with this, then and if we have enough time, we'll start doing the machinery shuffle for the planter tractor, the 2294. Get this thing going, get her up and going. We gotta go. We don't got time to waste. Man, that's a handsome tractor. Whew. I took that tractor for a driver tractor to school day last Friday. You know, for us only putting 142 hours on this thing this year, and that oil is really, really black. Oh, hey girls. So, update on how all this oil change is going. We're almost done with it. We just got to put oil in it now. So we're able to drain the oil, as you guys saw in the last clip there, and then we started changing the oil filter. Wasn't that simple, because it said it's supposed to be hand tightened, but it was tightened as tight as it could possibly ever be. So you use a pipe wrench to get it off, and then it had so much oil, like as any filter does. But because this is the oil filter right here, right there. See how that's sideways? Well, then all the oil just falls, and so then it kind of, caused that mess there. And then, oh, hang on, I'm not done yet. You got all this. Shut the drain off, and then we'll go put oil in it, and then I think we should be all good to go. It's warmed up really, really fast. It was kind of chilly right when we started working today, and like when you step out to the sun, if you really start working, you almost start sweating. So, like, yeah, I'm not complaining about this weather, like, at all. I'll just show you. I'll just show you something that I didn't. This wasn't actually me this time. This is something that Dad did. This wasn't me. So for anything that we have, like the planter, the grain carts, the batwing, the cultivator, or even the VT, anything that we have that has a jack, you're supposed to pull out a pin and either rotate it or put it up onto like another like higher spot, or set it like on the edge of a shed or something somewhere. Well, that's the same thing that applies for the box blade, and well, I'll just show you. Yeah, that was Dad's doing. He was too much in a hurry when he was putting the blade on, and yeah. Well, it's been maybe an hour to an hour and a half since I last picked up the camera here, but we got this thing, oil all drained out, oil change all good. We got it backed out so then we can have room in the shop to get the jewels on the tractor and everything, but making sure she's all good, and then we're gonna depart, right? Woo! Here we go, boys. The start of the spring on February 25th. It's gonna be the start of spring tillage. You live in Illinois, you just never know what's gonna happen, and well, this is a prime example of it. So, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get down to the field, and I think I might just catch you guys when everything starts going well, and it's just back and forth. So I'll catch you guys in a couple hours maybe. Well, we're sending on the field. Got about 92% engine load, about 9.5 miles an hour. Just giving her not a fair amount here. Not hadn't been going too bad. I got the depth set right. I think my speed set. Now I just gotta watch out for all the terraces in this field. There's 8 of them, and so you kind of, this side of the field isn't bad, but when you get over to this side, you really need it. So I really got nothing else to really show you guys. So, and I gotta turn around up here pretty quickly. So why don't we go ahead and go fly the drone? Yeah. Well, it's been like 2.5 hours since I last picked up the camera, but there's just been nothing going on. It's been so smooth. I don't know. I mean, I'm not complaining that it's so smooth. I'm actually very glad that there is no problem. So we've just been running. We've been getting like 27-ish acres an hour, which is pretty dang good, I'd say. We're running about 9 and 9.5. We're just sending it. It's been really good though. Just giving you guys an update, just so then you know you're not seeing me. All right, we're just starting the field, and then next clip, oh, we're done with the field, you know. So, but she's going good, going real good. Well, we're done with the field now, and it's about 4:30. So now, before I usually fold it up, I just walk around, make sure nothing's broken, so then I know if we need to fix anything when I get back to the shop. Like a phenomenal job. I mean, it's so flat. So everything looks good. Sometimes you want to spin the rolling baskets there. Make sure there ain't no bad wheel bearings or anything like that, so it won't wobble or cause intense friction and perhaps maybe even start a fire. You don't want that. Neither do I. Start folding. You know, I don't know if it's just me or not, but I always feel like that I'm always forgetting a piece of the field. Is that just me? We're all folded up. Go ahead and unlock my hydraulic. We're gonna get on the road. We made it. We got the field done. We made it back home. So now I think we're gonna go help him put on a dual, I think, for the planter. I wonder what he's done in the last 4 hours, or both really 3.5. Because it don't look like he's got a lot done, really. You know, I was expecting, after being gone for 3.5 hours, for you to have the duals on, the planter hooked up, and everything moved.
I was busy. Look at the truck.
So I've been out there working my butt off, sitting in a seat.
Oh, yeah, right.
And then you... See, I'm working so hard sitting in a seat, and then he just doesn't... Appreciate you guys watching this video. This is like the first fieldwork video of the year, and it's going to be the only fieldwork video of the year for like another month and a half until we actually start like our spring work. So yeah, appreciate you guys watching this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.